Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Greetings, and welcome to the Modern Alchemist channel. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is The Map, the Modern Alchemist podcast. Today on The Map, we are going to be talking about my favorite resource, my absolute favorite resource on the internet, and it's something that you can actually take home with you. In fact, this resource fulfills my desert island requirement. In other words, you know, when you're hanging out with your friends and you're like, okay, dudes, if you had one thing that you could take with you from the internet and it can't be porn, what's it gonna be? Now, it's funny to watch a bunch of guys get all stumped on that. They're like, what? I don't know. Well, it's this. It's going to be what I'm about to show you, which is like the ultimate. It is the best. It is so awesome. Of course, this assumes that like you get sent to like a lost island, you know, like J.J. Abrams with, it has computers that would work and, you know, you're going to be fine. Anyway, so without further ado, so what is it? What is the thing? What is the one thing that I'd be like, yes, this is the thing that I'd want to take with me, and if I could put it on a USB drive or a DVD-ROM or something like that, I absolutely would keep that with me all the time. And what is it? Ta-da! The Internet Sacred Text Archive. I've mentioned this place to you guys a bunch of times in the past, but I've actually never been able to just show it to you like this. And so I wanted to show it to you and show you why this is the place. You can see it's got a standard library lookup stuff, you know, here, search by title, search by author, search by subject. And you will notice that the topics are diverse. For instance, right up here we have alchemy. And you can just click on that and then suddenly look at this. All of these amazing alchemical treatises. That's right, guys. Check it out. All of it here. Everything. The emerald tablets. There you go. If you want to find a translation of that, there it is. Right there. Awesome. Right? With everything, all the explanations and everything you'd ever want to know about these tablets and how they came by the tablets and the translations from which they were drawn. And of course, you know, Isaac Newton. He was engaged in some of this. Yep. So check that out. There's more. I mean, there's just everything. Like everything. Mysticism, you know. You can just look that up if you're curious about the Bible. You don't happen to have a text available. Now you do. With various, these of course are awesome. The Vulgate is the Latin translation of the Bible. The Septuagint is the Greek translation of the Bible. Anyway, the Tanakh, this is the Hebrew Old Testament. And just out of curiosity, here you are, right? And then you can go ahead and just read it. As is. All of this stuff is here. Now, you'll notice right at the top it has this little ad for the sacred. I bought this, by the way. This thing is worth every penny. You can get it from these guys. It's $127. No shipping charge, if I recall. And it has everything that this website has to offer, except for one thing. No ads. It's absolutely polished, absolutely clean, absolutely beautiful. Now, this is it, guys. This is the thing. This is what I use. If I have a question, I've mentioned this in class time and time again, always go back to the core material if you can. If you can find the oldest sources, anything, then go for it and see what you can learn from the original thinkers of this stuff. If you want to learn about Thelema, boom, here are all the different Libers that you can go through and take a look and read. I mean, all of it is here. Everything that you'd be curious about. And there are even some books here that will blow your mind that they're even here. For instance, one of my students had mentioned this book to me, and so I thought, I'm going to just take a gander and see if I can find it here in the Sacred Text Archive. The book is by Napoleon Hill. It was written in 1938, and Andrew Carnegie had asked Napoleon Hill to write this book. And it was about how people at that time were accumulating their wealth and what did they do to get it. And in fact, Napoleon Hill took this assignment. Let me just share with you just a little bit from the author's preface. And this is from the 1938 edition. In every chapter of this book, mention has been made of the money-making secret, which has made fortunes for more than 500 exceedingly wealthy men who I have carefully analyzed over a long period of years. In fact, it was a quarter century. The secret was brought to my attention by Andrew Carnegie more than a quarter of a century ago. The canny, lovable old Scotsman carelessly tossed it into my mind when I was but a boy. Then he sat back in his chair with a merry twinkle in his eyes and watched carefully to see if I had brains enough to understand the full significance of what he had just said to me. When he saw that I had grasped the idea, he asked if I would be willing to spend 20 years or more preparing myself to take it to the world, to men and women who, without the secret, might go through life as failures. I said I would, and with Mr. Carnegie's cooperation, I have kept my promise. Well, you guys, this is one of the more remarkable books that I have read, one of the more remarkable present-day alchemical texts. And if you guys have the eyes to see what this author has encoded within his text, you will find that it addresses a great number of your own questions with regard to why you are where you're at right now and what you can do about it, what you can do to get moving, how you can draw upon, and I kid you not, these concepts are in this book, how you can draw upon the collective unconscious reservoir of intelligence and make it yours. Utilize it to obtain wisdom where knowledge may not be available. And there is a dramatic difference between the two, as we've discussed in other classes. But this book actually covers it, covers all of it. And I have found that the techniques in here are very useful for any number of things, including weight loss or personal goal setting or what have you. Check this one out. And it's right here on the Sacred Text Archive. So there you go, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you. Share with you that all of this stuff, all of it, Hinduism, the Vedas, all of it, it's so exciting. It literally, this has been a real pleasure to just share with you how awesome of a resource this is. Do you not see? All of it, the epics, the Mahabharata, all of these things, everything is in here. The Bhagavad Gita, all the Vedas, just, there's so much. There's so much. You could never, ever run out of things to read or study by utilizing the Internet Sacred Text Archive. So this is it, you guys. Whenever you want to know, what am I reading? Like, where have I gone to get my material? I go here first. I go here first. And if it's not here, I honestly couldn't tell you where to look other than, Library of Congress or something, because this literally has all of that in it and more. And it's awesome. So there you go, you guys. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist. This has been The Map, the Modern Alchemist podcast. And today on The Map, we talked about the Sacred Text Archive. I'll be talking to you soon.